I was muted. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we gotta go ahead and do our I don't know, man. We're just doing a full week review of the bullshit that we've gotten. Yep, I know. This is me, it's your boy. We're doing the big face reveal. All right. It's not like y'all didn't know what I already looked like. Y'all seen my motherfucking thumbnails before, especially my old school ones. You know, I say old school like I've been on this shit forever. But y'all know what I look like. Y'all know what I'm saying? So welcome to the first episode of the Cult-ure Show. All right. This is where we're gonna talk about everything wrestling. All right. I mean everything. All right. This week in particular, we're gonna talk about Paul Levesque and his fucking continuous mismanagement and disrespect of the WWE fans. There has been a consistent what I've noticed throughout every single show this week, there has been spite in every single show that we've had this week. It seems, every single show that we had this week. It seems like Monday Night Raw kicked it off, where we had LA Knight get officially buried, right? That right there threw me for a complete loop. Not to mention that Monday Night Raw was complete garbage, right? I mean, I took down my notes. I always take down my notes on my phone as I'm watching the shows. And when I took down my notes on Raw, I'm telling you, like, there's not much. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much going on, right? These shows are completely garbage from top to bottom. And it's because Triple H, like I said, he hates the fans. He has one thing in mind. That's a paycheck. That's the next thing, all right? That's the next big thing. That's the only thing that Triple H has in mind when he's making these shows. He doesn't give, he's not even the one making the shows. We've seen it. If you've seen WWE Unreal, right? If you've seen WWE Unreal, then you understand what Triple H's creative process is. There is no creative process. Bro sits back at the head of the table like he wants to be Roman Reigns, like he wants to be Vince McMahon, right? Sits at the head of the table. You got a bunch of fucking cucks and marks and punk ass bitches to the left and the right of them and ahead of them, right? Talking about I got this idea. Well, we were thinking doing this. We were thinking doing this. Triple H is going to listen to all of their shit. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yes, that sounds good as well. That sounds good as well. And then once he leaves the room, what's he going to do? Hey, Jey Uso, I'm going to put the rocket on you. They want me to put it on CM Punk, but I'm going to put the rocket on you. All right? That's what we're going to do for you, Jey Uso. But I got to show this one too, because we see Rusev is buried. He got buried this last Monday, man. Go ahead, put as many comments down below. Everybody's comments are going to get put up, you know what I'm saying, on the screen. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to, support the show directly, you can always Cash App your boy. That's it down there below if you want to do that. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. But it's always appreciated. You know what I mean? It's always appreciated. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it, man. So today we have Saturday night's main event. We're going to start from Saturday night's main event, and we're going to work our way back to Raw. All right. Saturday night's main event, man. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to bring it up. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring up the highlights because the show is over at this point. We know that Cody Rhodes won the WWE championship, or he retained the WWE championship. Like anybody was fucking asking for that, right? So let's see here. Let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up. Keep the conversation. Let's get the conversation going in the chat. You know what I mean? I'm bringing everybody up. This is our first live stream. We're doing it live, baby. We just had to do it live. The reason why I haven't been releasing that many videos lately, at my new job, I have these crazy ass hours. So it really just, I be tired as fuck when I get home. And then once I get off of work, the last thing that I want to do, the last thing I want to do after I get done laying concrete, fucking painting walls and doing all this extra shit, fixing ACs and the shit that I do in my profession. You know what I like? What I really don't want to do? What I really don't want to do is watch one of these garbage ass episodes of Raw, SmackDown. So I got to watch them throughout the day. You know what I mean? That's kind of how this shit works up. You know what I mean? So yeah, right now I'm just pulling it up. Let me pull it up. We got some news. We got some news, man. So we know that Cody Rhodes Again, man. It's like, who asked for this? Right? Who asked for this? Who asked for Cody Rhodes? Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Y'all got it from y'all got it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta take my little time here. You know what I mean? It's my first little stream that we're doing, so I appreciate y'all for sticking in there with your boy, you know what I'm saying? Let me pull this up, share my screen. Okay. Share my screen. If it wants to let me. There we go. We're about to share. Let's scroll in here. All right, let me know if y'all can see this in 3, 2, hopefully 1. Let me know, y'all. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me and the screen? Let me know down in the chat. Let me know down in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. I'm just pulling up the live stream on my phone as well, so I can also keep eyes on this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? This is our first stream. We're working out all the kinks in this stream. You know what I'm saying? We're working out all the kinks. That's the goal here. All right, cool. So y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. Y'all can see the motherfucking screen. Cool. That's what I like to see, man. Fuck yeah, man. We're doing this shit live. We're doing it live, baby. Fuck yeah. All right. So first story, obviously, Drew McIntyre comes up short again versus the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. What are we doing with Drew McIntyre? See, here's why I say that Triple H just hates the fans. Triple H takes every single person who the fans love, every single person who the fans, at least they have some kind of faith in them. Like, okay, this person can carry the company forward. This person could potentially have a good reign. This person here, I trust and believe that this guy here can do, he can do justice. Right, he can do justice to the WWE Championship, to the World Heavyweight Championship. That goes from LA Knight, right? That goes from LA Knight. That goes to Drew McIntyre. That goes to people like Carmelo Hayes. That goes to people like Chelsea Green. Every single person that the fans start to clamor for online, unless it's one of Triple H's chosen boys, like a Cody Rhodes, right? They're getting buried. Triple H uses these people, right? Like a LA Knight, like a fucking Drew McIntyre, Drew Jobentire. I gotta put that. You know, I gotta put that one up there, man. That's a good one right there. Oh, let me see. Let me put that up on the screen. Drew Jobentire. Okay, that's his new name. Drew Jobentire. Triple H uses people like Drew, people like LA Knight in order to get over his favorites. But what he doesn't understand is, or maybe he does, I don't know what the fuck he thinks he's doing with this shit, right? I don't, it just doesn't make sense to me why, right? It doesn't make sense to me why fucking Triple H would use, like, for example, LA Knight to put over a Jey Uso. Right? When LA Knight is the guy that's over, why would you try to bury LA Knight underneath Jey Uso? We're watching. Hold on, let's go ahead and watch this. Let's see this. I did not want to watch this shit live at all. I didn't want to watch this shit live at all. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. We got Jey Uso. The crowd, look at the crowd. They're back there dead. They don't give a fuck about this show. Can you believe that there's only 4 matches on this card? Can you believe that? Triple H has people paying $10 a month for Peacock, $30 a month for ESPN Plus, fucking $80 plus a month if you got cable. You know what I'm saying? $30 for Netflix. All this shit. This is over $120 a month just so you can watch 4 matches on a Saturday night's main event. Kiss my ass, Triple H. Kiss my ass, all right? Now, we all know we all pretty much knew, right, that Cody Rhodes was gonna win. I mean, if you thought that Drew McIntyre was gonna win, look, man, I got an island in Idaho that I can sell you. You know what I'm saying? I got a beach house. I got a beach house in Iowa that I can sell you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how fucking crazy it is to believe that Drew McIntyre was gonna have any chance. All right. Triple H is not going to have Cody Rhodes drop the title on a Saturday Night's Main Event. It's just not what it is. Cody Rhodes is Triple H's boy. We've talked about it so many times. I don't know if Cody Rhodes is Triple H's, you know, butt buddy or whatever the case is. But ever since Cody Rhodes got back into the company, all Triple H has done is push him and shove him down our throats. No Diddy. That's it. That's all he's done. That's all he's done. All right. And as far as you know, Drew McIntyre and the whole story, right? I mean, there was no story, but I mean, like, you know, from yesterday, from Friday Night SmackDown, they were supposed to have this whole thing where it was like, oh, you know, if you DQ yourself or anything like that, then Drew McIntyre loses. So my whole thing was, oh, oh, so basically what's happening is Cody Rhodes is about to beat the fuck out of Drew McIntyre clean. You know what I mean? That's the first thing I thought of. Everybody else is like, oh, well, maybe because Cody Rhodes, he definitely DQ'd himself in the first match. That's because they had nothing for them. They couldn't necessarily job Drew out at that moment, right? They could not job Drew out at that moment, right? So they were like, the smarter thing to do, which was smart, if I do say so myself, right? Because there were a lot of people that still believed. They believe that Drew McIntyre he has a chance, even if it's this much of a fucking chance, right? Even if it's that much of a chance, they believe that Drew McIntyre had the chance to overcome Cody Rhodes on this Saturday Night's Main Event. They believed it. Okay, so good on Triple H for making some people believe, but you can't fool me. You can't fool Nate the Great. It's impossible. It's impossible to fool Nate the fucking Great. All right. And that's why we're here today. That's why we're here to talk about all this. You know, this is our decompression. You know what I mean? Because this has been a very disappointing week. Every single show was ass. Drew McIntyre has been jobbed out. LA Knight has been completely jobbed out. All right. There is no more hope for an LA Knight. All right. The last bit of hope that I had, it's completely dissipated. All right. And the interest that I have in the product is also completely dissipated as a result of that. You can call me a fucking casual if you want to. You know what I mean? I only watched this show, especially over the last 2 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love pro wrestling, right? But I've only been watching this show for the main part over the last 3 years so I could see LA Knight win his big moment. That is it. That's all the fuck I want to see. I want to see LA Knight as a world champion, as a WWE champion. And there's thousands of people just like me, tens of thousands to maybe hundreds of thousands of people just like me that want to see somebody with the charisma, somebody with the ring IQ, somebody with the fucking the build, the stature of LA Knight. Yeah, right? That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see at the top of the card. But what Triple H has shown us consistently is that it doesn't matter who the fuck we want as fans to be up at the top, right? It doesn't matter who the fuck we want to hold the title, to who we want to be pushed into a storyline. Look at Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross caught so much fire before he was released, and Triple H acted like he did not see it. He's acting like he does not see this shit. You remember I don't even remember what fucking pay-per-view it was at this point. I think it was maybe Clash of Champions, maybe SummerSlam. I don't fucking know. All right, one of these fucking below tier. I mean, SummerSlam used to be a big show, but Triple H, even though it's 2 nights now, it just feels like another show. Right? If SummerSlam felt like 2 back-to-back Saturday Night Main Events. That's what SummerSlam felt like. But on that show, when Brock Lesnar came out, right? And the whole crowd was behind Triple H talking about, we want Kross, we want Kross, we want Kross. What did Triple H say? Triple H said, oh, you want Brock? Well, you got him. Like, This man hates the fans, man. He hates the fans. Do I hate some pro wrestling fans? Absolutely. But I'm sure there's other pro wrestling fans that hate me. That's the whole point of this community. It's a big IWC. It's a big community. There's a lot of opinions. There's a lot of different, emotions that go into this, right? So I don't like everybody, but I respect everybody's fucking opinions. Triple H doesn't respect you at all. You know what I mean? Triple H doesn't respect us at all. That's the sad part, right? That's really the sad part. I appreciate this guy right here, home of Tech 5. I might make this motherfucking moderator. I might make you a moderator. We might have to see what we can do about that. You know what I'm saying? But what you call Triple H and all his hubris, especially over this last week, has shown the fans, and this is why I say we need to stop watching this product, or if you're going to continue to watch it, at least find an alternative method of watching it where you don't have to pay, okay? Because your money, all right, should not be going to people that hate you. I like to spend my money, my time, and my efforts, right? I like to spend that on those who want my patronage, right? They want my money, they want my time, they want my whatever it is. I would rather spend it with people that want it, and they're willing to do things to bring me in, not to push me away, right? Like, let's just think about it, right? Over the last 3 years since Triple H has taken over, or 2 years, or however long it's been at this point, it feels like a fucking eternity, right? Over the last 3 years, how many stars has Triple H created? Hold on, let me come out of this real quick. Let me ask the fam a question. What up with you, bro? What up with you, bro? Let me put you up here. What up with you, big dog? You know what I mean? Now let me ask, right? How many stars has Triple H created over the last 2.5 years? Zero. He's created nobody. Everybody that's at the top of the card right now, think about it. Cody Rhodes, right? Roman Reigns, CM Punk, fucking Jey Uso, right? All of these people, all of them, they're all Vince McMahon creations. All of them. Go down the list. Go down the fucking list. All of them. You can't say Tiffany Stratton's a star. Nobody cares about Tiffany Stratton, right? And thank God that Jade Cargill won that match. Like, thank God. But the problem is, like, I don't care, right? Thank God Jade Cargill won, finally. But guess what? She's been on the roster damn near 2 years now. This is her first, like, legitimate title. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she won the tag team champions with the championships with Bianca Belair, but who really was asking for that? And how was that booked, right? They were booked to go 50-50 with the likes of fucking Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Alba jobbered. Alba fired. She got fired, nigga. Like, what are we talking about here? They're going 50-50. These two world beaters. Jade Cargill is like 6 feet tall herself, nigga. She's like 6 feet tall herself. Jade Cargill is, right? Bianca Belair, she's like 5'9", 5'8". They tower. Together, they tower over the rest of the women's division. They're going 50-50 with the likes of fucking Caden Carter and Katana Chance. Also, both jobbers who are also both fired. Like, what are we even speaking on here? That's why I say, how many people, like, there is no creativity in this company, because if there was, Triple H would at least have been able to create a star. But the star of this wrestling show now, the star is Triple H. That's the star, right? I mean, think about it. People were turning their wheels and doing all this extra shit over the last week because Triple H, you know what I'm saying, he's out here selling feet videos to the internet, right? He's out here selling feet pics and all this shit. So everybody was trying to figure out whose feet are these, right? Who's walking into here? Are we about to get a faction? Are you about to get another storyline? I already knew from the jump that I shouldn't get fucking any of my hypes up. No hopes were given to this, right? Zero hopes were given to this. You watching Bobby Monster? Bobby's live right now. Hold on, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull him up. Let me see if I'll let me pull him up side by side real quick, right? Let's see what Bobby's talking about. But yeah, let me pull you up, Maroon. Let me pull you up. Jade Cargill jobbing to live. Like, are you serious right now? Jade Cargill had a 50-50 match, which it wasn't necessarily 50-50 between her and Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was technically a squash, right? But it wasn't a clean win, right? Why was it not a clean win? Because last week, Jade Cargill destroyed Tiffany's knee, kayfabe-wise, right? Destroyed her knee. This week, right, they had the worst segment of all time, right? You know how bad that segment was? Before we even get into that, right? You know how bad that segment was? All I did was listen to it. I was listening to it in my headphones while I was on the way home, right? I was listening to it in my headphones on the way home. And when I heard the segment going on, right? When I when I heard the segment happening, I'm literally saying, this is the worst segment of all time. What the fuck was that? Right? Because all Jade Cargill did was come out and say, oh, well, I'm going to be the champion. I'm going to take what I want now. Right? And all Tiffany said was, I'm going to win tomorrow. I want to see Jade because she hurt me last week. Here comes Nick Aldis. Oh, but you can't do this. You can't do it. Oh, Tiffany, no, please. You gotta protect yourself. Like, what the fuck is this, man? The worst segment of all time, right? So that's what happened yesterday. So and you know, the bullshit pull apart brawl that we always get. You know, there's always some bullshit, right? It's not a clean victory. Give a fuck how dominant the victory is. It's not clean because she already did her heel shit and she already did her heel shit to Tiffany, which, I mean, you know, if she's a heel, she's gonna do. But why is it that the only way that Jade Cargill can win a match against Tiffany Stratton is by taking her out before? That doesn't build Jade Cargill up at all, right? That doesn't build Jade Cargill up at all. All that does is bury Jade Cargill, right? That's all that does. Because Jade Cargill, like as I've been saying, over the last 2 years, Jade Cargill has been jobbing out consistently. In my video about Triple H being blinded to the sauce, right? In that video, what did I say? I said that Jade Cargill is 8-11 this year. She has 8 wins and 11 losses this year, right? She has a loser. Jade Cargill, this 6 foot freaking 160-pound fucking phenom, straight muscle, nothing but muscle. She looks like a fucking star. She's a beautiful woman, right? Somehow, some way, you mean to tell me somehow, some way Jade Cargill is 8-11 this year? And who's the competition, right? Like who's the competition that Jade Cargill is going up against? Who has the gumption? Who has the actual strength besides maybe a Nia Jax, right? Oh, wait. Somebody just kind of. Well, she won. Yeah, she won. I appreciate you for commenting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she won, and that's great. I'm glad she won. But what's next? This is what I'm really getting into, right? This is what I'm getting into. Next, what's up next for a Jade Cargill? If she's not even able to beat a Tiffany Stratton clean, a Tiffany Stratton who just got beaten clean a couple of weeks ago by who? A Stephanie Vaquer. So you know how this makes Jade look? This makes Jade look weaker than Stephanie Vaquer. Boom. Home, bro. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Nobody can win in this situation. It just makes Jade look even more weak. She looks weaker than Stephanie Vauquer, who just went 50-50 with Tiffany Stratton a couple of weeks ago and beat her clean in the middle of the ring. Didn't have to do no underhanded shit, no overhanded shit. None of it. She had to do none of that, right? She had to do none of it. None of it. And somehow, some way, we're supposed to believe in a title reign of Jade Cargill. I think Jade Cargill is going to be booked very similarly to how Gunther was booked, right? She believes in herself now, but now that she's the champion, now she doesn't believe in herself, right? Now that she has the world champion on her waist, now she's not going to believe in herself anymore. Now she's going to start doubting herself and you know, asking questions of, you know, asking questions like, am I able to do this? Am I really able to carry the brand? Am I able to do? And when Jade Cargill should not be asking those kinds of questions. Jade Cargill should be the most arrogant, most dominant, most ridiculously crazy fucking female champion of all time. Like, at least that's what we should be trying to push her as, right? Am I wrong here? Look at Jade Cargill. And she has to do this in order to win against the Tiffany Stratton, right? I guess CM Punk just won. All right. CM Punk just won his first championship in a long time, according to Love, but not really, because you got to remember, CM Punk won the world championship just a couple months ago. I know that this shit is so boring and so little happens, and everything that does happen that seems like a big moment, it turns into a little moment because of how garbage everything else is around it. But yes, CM Punk already won the World Heavyweight Championship. And now CM Punk just won it again, this time against another mid-carder. Because I don't care what nobody says, Gunther is a mid-carder. Mid-card jobber at best. Hater says it all the time. He's basically Vladimir Kozlov, just less entertaining somehow. Somehow, Gunther found a way to be less entertaining and less threatening than Vladimir Kozlov. This shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. I appreciate you commenting, Love Girl. I appreciate you. Right? Oh, I gotta throw this up there. They were doing a 16-man tournament to determine John Cena. You know what? I'm actually not mad at it. I just feel like it's a little too late. That's it. That's all. Right? I feel like we should have been having tournaments damn near every month to figure out who John Cena was going to face next. You know what I mean? I feel like we should have had actual storylines attached to John Cena's last year. Not just him turning heel for no fucking reason, and then turning babyface for no fucking reason, and then getting jobbed out to Brock Lesnar for no fucking reason, having a match with AJ Styles for no fucking reason. Like, all this shit has just been happening for no fucking reason. There's no actual through line, all right? But I will say, that if that's what they're going to do, if they're going to do a 16-man tournament for John Cena's last match, I just hope the right person wins. And we all know who the right person is. It's LA Knight. There's nobody else. LA Knight, Braun Breaker, you know what I'm saying? If it's not one of these guys, maybe Trick Williams coming up from NXT, right? If it's not one of these guys, and Ethan Page, I don't like Ethan Page like that. I don't think Ethan Page should beat John Cena, but I think Ethan Page should come up to the main roster though, right? Big 3000 said, you asking for too much if you asking for storylines out of Triple H. I know, but a man can dream, can he? A man can dream, can he not? Right? I can dream. I can have hopes. I can have hopes. Damn it. All right, I know, I understand. Triple H doesn't do storylines, man. But I'm still going to request them. I'm not gonna lower my standards, right? I'm not gonna lower my standards, and that's what I see a lot of people in the wrestling community, the internet wrestling community, have done. They have lowered their standards. Now their standard is, how many bangers can we get on a nightly basis, man? How many? This was great in-ring quality, bro. We had a banger tonight, man. Did you see that banger between Ilya Dragunov and Nathan? Excuse me, damn. And Nathan Frazier? Did you see that banger? No. I skipped right through it, baby. I skipped right through it, baby, on some Tebow shit. Fuck are you talking about? I don't care about bangers. You know how many bangers? You know what a banger match is? You know a banger match that I have not seen topped in the last 15 years, especially let's just talk about the last 3 years. There's Triple H taking over, right? Since we're talking about bangers, right? Since we're talking about bangers, one match that I have not seen be topped. Doesn't matter. All these bangers, I've not seen a match top The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. Banger. I've not seen a match top what was it? Kurt Angle versus why this is going to destroy me. I don't know why I'm blanking on this right now. I don't know why I'm blanking on this right now. Right. But you see what I'm saying though, my boy Roman Empire. They act like it's a real sport. Like I give HBK, my Nick, big freak. Man, that's what I'm talking about, boy. Yes. I ain't seen nothing top these matches. And we're talking about bangers. Stop. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit about a banger. Okay? If you're not topping these two matches. Those are my two favorite matches of all time, even though I've fucking spaced on HBK. These are my top matches of all time. These are bangers. And they had stories. That's what made them bangers. Not just the in-ring work and all that bullshit. Nobody cares about how many, I say it all the time, nobody cares about how many flips, dips, dives, and moonsaults and all this extra goofy ass shit. Nobody cares about all that shit. If I want to see gymnastics, I'll go watch Cirque du Soleil. And I'll be more entertained. If I want to see more, if I want to see 25, 30, I'll just watch the computer on WWE. I bet those matches are going to be better. I don't give a fuck about a banger. Give me a story. What's the storyline with Jade Cargill winning? Oh, she lost to Tiffany Stratton a couple times, and now what? Now she wins. Yay. Oh, great story, Triple H. Banger story, Triple H. What's CM Punk's story for winning the World Heavyweight Championship? Oh, he kept fucking up. Oh, but now he's finally won the big one at Saturday night's main event. CM Punk finally won the big one. This is my face, because I don't get. These are not stories. These are things, right? And we talk about it, right? This is something that I used to talk about all the time, especially when I first started the channel. There's 5 key things when you're building a story: a when, a who, a where, a how, and a why. This is the most important thing. The fucking why. Why? Okay? I don't want to see motherfuckers going through tables, doing flips, dips, dives, springboard moonsaults off the top rope, into the audience, from the audience onto the announce table. I don't give a fuck about any of that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that unless there's a why, a legitimate why. There has to be a legit why. Instead, they're out there just doing shit just to do shit. Nathan Frazier and fucking Ilya what the fuck, right? Dragunov. Nathan Frazier and Ilya Dragunov, right? These motherfuckers go out there, have a banger, right? They go out there, they have their little banger, right? There's no story to it. There's no reason why they're doing all this shit, right? There's no reason why. A couple of months ago, this is one of the most egregious examples that I could come up with off the top of my head, right? A couple of months ago, JD McDonald's, right? JD McDonald's was doing a fucking moonsault to the outside of the ring, right? From the second rope, right? He did a moonsault to the outside of the ring. He was supposed to, I guess, land on somebody, or maybe he was supposed to miss. It was against the War Raiders, the War Jobbers, right? JD McDonough cracked his fucking cranium on the announce table. And can anybody tell me why? Can anybody tell me why? That's what I want to know. Why are you doing a moonsault to the outside of the ring? Oh, this guy was standing there. Okay, why didn't you run, jump, and like Superman punch him from the second rope? Why are you doing a fucking flip? Like, come on. Come on. Like, this shit don't make no fucking sense. A heel doing diving moonsaults out of the ring. For what? To look cool? Who the fuck are you looking? Bro, you know how many fucking I'm not a fighter. Okay? I'm not a fighter. I've been in a couple of fights throughout my life, right? I have, right? But I think that's just the man thing. You know what I mean? Just, sometimes you butt heads with somebody and you gotta throw bowls. Okay? It be like that, right? Never, not once, in any of the fights I've ever been in, any of the fights I've ever seen, these street fights, these brawls, right? I've never seen a motherfucker hop on top of a table, hop on top of a turnbuckle, jump off some ropes. I've never seen a motherfucker do a moonsault mid-fight. Never. I've never seen it. And if they're going to, I expect there to be a reason, a very good reason, as to why this motherfucker's pulling off a moonsault. If it's not like the finish of a match or some shit like that in the context of wrestling, right? If it's not the finish of the match, why are you doing moonsaults? You can literally die. You can break your fucking skull open. You can break your neck. This is what I'm saying. This is why I say all these people, all these fans that like to say shit like, oh, Triple H, he's better for the wrestlers. The wrestlers enjoy him. So they respect him so much more because he's Papa H and he loves the wrestlers. All this garbage nonsense, right? Yet he has them go out there, right? Like I just said, JD McDonough doing a fucking moonsault to the outside of the ring, cracks his cranium, right? Fucking punctures a lung or some goofy ass shit like that as well. He comes back 3 months later. In the first match that he comes back, what does JD McDonough do again? In the first match back, and I'm not bullshitting here. Y'all, the folks in my comments, y'all know. In the first match, after JD McDonough just took 3 months off from doing an outside dive a dive to the outside of the ring, a moonsault to the outside of the ring, cracked his fucking skull on the announce table. Shit looked brutal. Kept going and all that shit too. Crazy work, right? What did he do as soon as he got back? The same shit. He did the same shit. He did it again. On the same side. On the same side. If this is Vince McMahon's era, Vince McMahon would have pulled JD McDonough to the side after that match and said, "You're never doing that move again. Never. You're never doing that move again." Brock Lesnar, you know how fucking cool it would have been to see Brock Lesnar do that fucking what you call it, the I think it was like a, I don't not a 450, but it was like the diving moonsault where he fucking went backwards, you know what I'm saying? Or the diving diving moonsault where he went backwards and he fucking damn near cracked his damn cranium on the mat, right? When he was going up against, I believe it was Kurt Angle, right? Vince McMahon pulled Brock to the side and said, "You're never doing that shit on my show again." The shooting star press. Thank you, Maroon. Shooting star press. I appreciate, man. I'm gonna make you a moderator because you're there. You're here. All right. You and Home Attack, y'all are killing the game right now. And Big 3 K, right? So, peep game, right? Vince McMahon, he would pull his wrestlers to the side and say, "Look, you almost fucking killed yourself. And so we don't do that again," even though it would be very cool. You know how fucking awesome it would be if we got to see Brock Lesnar do the shooting star press more often, right? That would be awesome. Imagine Brock Lesnar pulling out the shooting star press at the WrestleMania where he beat the Streak. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. That would have been so fucking cool. But Vince says no, because he doesn't want his wrestlers to die in the ring. We already had this incident with Owen Hart. We've had this incident with multiple wrestlers, not just in WWE, all over the place. Motherfuckers doing stupid, dumb, retarded, crazy shit in the ring for cheap ass pops because there's no storylines, no star power, and they think that the only way to get people interested, since they can't tell a story, is by doing circus shit, gymnastics and all this shit. But I say it all the time. If I wanted to see motherfuckers doing gymnastics, I would watch gymnastics. I would watch gymnastics. And you know how much more entertained I would be? Because the booty on some of these bitches, the booty on some of these females in the gymnastics, right? You know how I would rather watch that. Not some dudes fake fighting over nothing, right? Because that's what majority of these matches, they're fighting over nothing. Not shit on the line. Just pride and ego. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. It's like there are no more fucking there are no more actual legitimate storylines like a fucking like the Undertaker trying to sacrifice Stephanie McMahon. When's the last time we seen some shit like that? Right? When's the last time we seen some shit like that? When's the last time that we seen fucking, I'm trying to think of another real good storyline that just off the top of my head. When's the last time we've seen an Elizabeth storyline like with what's his Randy Savage and Elizabeth? When's the last time we seen something like that? When was the last time we seen we ain't seen nothing like that over these last few years. Triple H is supposed to be the in touch and all this and building cinema. You remember when Triple H was doing all this bullshit talking about some fucking, oh, well, it's all about cinema. We're the best storytellers in the world. We're the best. Okay. People just have to understand, you know, you just have to understand that when you're writing these stories, right? When you're writing these stories, you have to let them build, right? You have to let these stories build. You have to let these stories marinate, right? You have to let these stories. And what is the story that he's talking about? Home of Tech, Punk and Drew McIntyre fighting over a fucking bracelet. These are the storylines that we got, right? The storylines. When really all that was a string of brawls and a couple of vitriolic fucking promos where they said the same shit that everybody always says to each other. Oh, I'm a better wrestler than you. That's basically what this shit is, right? But ever since Triple H has been saying that shit years ago, right? Back right after WrestleMania 40, right? The whole thing was cinema. That was the whole thing was cinema. I think the kids are saying cinema these days, right? Yeah. So that's all we're doing here. We're just trying to build cinema. Then a couple of weeks ago, right before the AJ Styles and John Cena's match, what does Triple H have AJ Styles do? He has AJ Styles run out there, you know what I'm saying, cut a promo saying, "Oh, we don't need a storyline. We're gonna kick ass. We don't need a storyline. We're gonna kick ass. John Cena and AJ Styles is gonna kick ass." So we went from cinema to we don't need stories. Like, come on, man, come on. Somebody, bro. This show has really pissed me off. This has turned into more of a rant. I was planning on actually going through a bunch of shit. This turned into more of a rant because of how just awful the product was this week. Like, let's start winding down. All right, we're at the final 10 minutes of our show. All right, so let's start winding down a little bit, right? Let's just talk about it. What we're normally going to be talking about on this show, we're going to start going, like, I'm going to still get you out your Monday Night Raw reviews, your Friday Night SmackDown reviews. This next upcoming week, I'm gonna be back on track. All right. It's just a crazy week. Like I said, my hours at my job have changed. So I'm trying to get caught up. All right. I'm trying to get caught up, and I'm trying to get my schedule right. All right. So you're still gonna get those reviews. But then every Saturday around 5:30 on the West Coast, right? You're gonna see me going live every single Saturday to talk about everything that happened throughout the week, right? And that's the shows, that's the news, right? That's everything that happened as far as in the wrestling business. And what we're gonna do here, we're not gonna fucking we're not gonna bullshit here. We're not gonna pussyfoot. You know, this first episode, we're getting loose, you know what I'm saying? We're getting started, and I appreciate everybody for coming in and tuning in, right? But what I really want to do is I really want to make this into an actual wrestling news podcast, right? An actual wrestling news show, right? Where we don't just talk about gossip and all that garbage nonsense, right? We're gonna do actual legitimate journalism here, right? I'm going to be bringing in sources. I'm going to be bringing in other YouTubers, your favorite YouTubers, all right? My favorite YouTubers. And we're going to be having discussions on these topics, all right? Topics that actually mean something to the wrestling audience, not just bullshit, dirt sheet garbage, right? That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're here to do, all right? That's not what we're here to do at all, okay? So that's basically how these shows are going to be structured. We're gonna start off our each of these weekly shows by talking about whatever news happened throughout the week. We'll move into Monday Night Raw. If I caught NXT that week, we'll move into that, right? And then we'll move into Friday Night SmackDown. Any other questions, comments, concerns after that, we'll discuss that, right? And then that's when the show will go ahead and end, right? So that's basically how these shows are going to be structured for the foreseeable future. All right. So if there's anybody that you want me to collab with or try to get onto the show, please feel free to send a message to my email. Let me go ahead and type that in here. Cult-ure show at iCloud.com, baby. All right. You're going to want to send that down here. All right. You're going to want to send all your questions, all your comments, all your concerns, anybody you want me to collab with, ideas and topics for the show that you want me to check out before we get to this the Saturday, right? This is where you're going to be sending it from now on. Okay. Make sure that you go ahead, save that, screenshot it, do whatever you got to do. All right. Go ahead, do whatever you got to do. All right. And as I said before, you know what I'm saying? It's I've been demonetized for some months now. All right, I've been demonetized. YouTube says that I'm reusing content and all this extra garbage nonsense. But my whole thing is, if my content is reused, anybody that's doing video essays, period, they should all be fucking restricted. Right? Nobody should be fucking monetized on here, okay? At least my ideas, the shit that I say, the shit that I come up with is fucking original. You know how many of your favorite YouTubers have stolen from me? Nate the Great? You know how many? I just got here in January, right? This is when I really started doing, like when I really started taking off and doing my thing on this YouTube shit. I started doing this shit really for real in January. You know how many motherfuckers I've seen steal my shit? I just don't say anything. I don't say anything. I sit back, okay, and I just take my role, okay. I take my role and I relish my role as your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, because that's what I am. I'm Big Daddy of the IWC around this bitch. It is what it is. All right, it is what it is. There's a top 3 in this industry. All right, and there's nobody fucking with us. All right, there's a top 3, and you can put them any fucking way that you want to. It's Nate the Great, it's Dietrich Davis, and it's the Hater. Anybody else, they go below that. All right? I don't give a fuck who you're talking about. We can talk about it. All right? We can discuss, we can debate, but there really is none. All right? Everybody steals from me. Everybody steals from me. I'm trying to tell you. This is one of the things that for a while, especially like a couple months ago, I was like, man, I don't even know if I really want to do this shit anymore because everybody's stealing my shit. Right? Everybody's stealing my shit. Is there a delay? That's all right. We're about to get ready to we're about to get ready to wrap it up here in a minute anyway. So I apologize for the delay. We're gonna try to get all that stuff figured out, all these kinks and stuff figured out, over the next couple of weeks. You know what I mean? This is just our first live show, right? I wanted to get this one out there. You know what I mean? I could have made it all polished and all this shit, but really, before we get out of here, this is what I want to say to everybody out there. If there's something that you want to do, stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it this time. Stop planning it out, okay? Because you're bullshitting. You're lying to yourself. I do it all the time. All right, I'll be like, oh, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Bullshit. You're lying to yourself. Open that shit up. Get it started now. All right? That's our message for the day. Whatever the fuck you want to do, get that shit started now. Right here at this very moment. All right? Now, go ahead. I'll stay open for a couple of more minutes, right? If y'all got any more comments, any more questions or anything like that, y'all go ahead, put them down there in the comment section. I'll answer them. I'll pull them up onto the screen, this, that, and the other. I have a couple people that I'm getting ready to make moderators. You just got to let me know. All right. So Big 3K, I want to make you a moderator. Who else? Home of Tech, I want to make you a moderator. And as well as Maroon 9273, I want to make you 3 moderators. So if you can email me, all right, if y'all can email me over here, just letting me know, your interest in that position. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and do that. Any more comments, any more concerns, any more questions, just let me know right now. Sandman channel with my dude over here looking like Lupe. Do I look like Lupe? I look better. Lupe ain't sexy enough to be like me. You know what I mean? Lupe ain't sexy enough. You know what I mean? What is this? What's your thoughts on Sheamus jobbing? Oh man. I said it in my review a couple of weeks ago. I think it was my Monday Night Raw review, where I was saying that if there was anybody that I would rather see win that battle royal that just popped off, right? If there was anybody that I would wanted to see, it was 4 names, right, that I mentioned. I mentioned AJ Styles, okay? Because I fuck with AJ Styles, right? I mentioned Dom because duh, right? I mentioned LA Knight and I mentioned Sheamus. Okay? These were the 4 most believable winners and most entertaining. They would be the most entertaining winners of the Battle Royal. Okay? So the fact that you got Sheamus now jobbing out to somebody like JD McDonough, who is 5'2.5" and 122 pounds soaking wet, right? The fact that you have this beast of a man jobbing out, and same with Rusev, right? Jobbing out to the likes of Dom. Like Rusev, Sheamus, these guys should be bulldozing through. Like, I understand they're getting older, right? It's about that time to be putting people over, but you can only put so many people over before it doesn't mean anything anymore, right? John Cena fell into this trap, right? When he was just straight losing for like 2,000 days straight, right? All he did was lose. He would come back, he would lose, come back and lose, right? That was a problem, because after a while, it doesn't mean anything, right? If John Cena is jobbing out to Solo Sikoa, right? You know what I'm saying? If John Cena is jobbing out to Solo Sikoa, what the fuck does it mean when John Cena jobs out to somebody like a Cody Rhodes, right? That just means Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes, they need to be on the same level, right? That's what that means, right? So you have to find that happy medium. You have to find that happy medium between putting over new talent and still continuing to look strong. That's why I advocate so much for jobber matches, right? I advocate not just because I want to see squash matches in particular, but also one, because it makes the wrestler look good who's doing the squashing. And also, it allows for certain people who wouldn't normally get that opportunity to get TV time. The security guards that you see every single night, right? Those guys, right? Those guys get to have more time on TV, even though they're getting jobbed out. It's experience, right? A local fucking indie guy, right, gets hired on for a night. Boom, $1,500. All you gotta do is go in there, take 2 minutes, take a pin, right? Sell your ass off and take that pin. You know how fucking great that is for these other talents. Everybody's talking about all this shit, right? But these other talents who are coming up, these guys, they also need their opportunities, right? But there's a glass ceiling on the WWE right now, and Triple H isn't letting anybody through. So that's my thoughts on Sheamus jobbing out to JD fucking McDonough. This just crazy, all right? I see nothing in JD McDonough. I see JD McDonough being a great jobber. You know what I mean? So, Jay, bro, that match was rough. The Jey Uso match was rough. Easily the worst match of the night. Who the fuck you ain't said nothing but a thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? You ain't said nothing but a thing. That's legit, man. Jey Uso, he is genuinely just one of the most overpushed, overrated, fucking just straight up complete jobbers that I've ever seen pushed at that level on the WWE stage. All right, there's nothing to Jey Uso outside of his theme music, his entrance. All right, and it's gotten so bad to the point where they're paying mothers to bring babies, not toddlers, not kindergartners, not adolescents, babies, fresh out the coochie babies, to yeet with Jey Uso. Triple H is paying mothers to do this just so he can keep up the ruse, the illusion that Jey Uso is over with the kids. And what, now he's getting main events of Saturday Night main event for what? For what? What did Jey Uso legitimately do to deserve that? And because he's not over. Let's be honest here. Jey Uso is not over. So the fact that he's out here main eventing a Saturday Night's main event, and thank God he lost. Thank goodness he lost, or at least I believe somebody in the comments said that earlier, right? So thank God he lost, legit, right? There's nothing that he's done that can make me believe in him as a singles competitor. Great tag team wrestler, one of my favorite tag teams of all time, right? Easily top 15. Easily one of my top 15 favorite tag teams of all time, the Usos. But even the Usos, I don't give a fuck how many tag titles you give them, all right? They'll never touch the guys, they'll never touch the Hardys, they'll never touch the Dudleys, they'll never touch Edge and Christian. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. So, let's see here. Nia Jax losing the women half her size, that just goes for everybody, right? That just goes for everybody. Like, Triple H is so concerned with making everybody look good that nobody looked good. You know what I mean? Everybody has to get their moves off. And there's a time and a place for everything, right? There's a time and a place for people to get their moves off, and Triple H doesn't have an understanding of that, all right? He doesn't have an understanding of just logic, right? Logic. If Nia Jax, a 300-pound beast of a woman, is fighting somebody who looks like fucking Alexa Bliss, 9.5 times out of 10, Alexa Bliss should be getting thrown through the mat, pinned 1, 2, 3 in less than 45 seconds. The only time that she shouldn't be getting jobbed out to that degree against a woman that size is if it's no DQ. And she's able to use weapons. She's able to run outside of the ring and tire Nia out and do all this extra shit. You know what I mean? Like, if she's actually smart about it, right? If there was actual psychology to the match. But it seems like Triple H took all the psychology out and just like, all right, well, when you hit Nia Jax with your moves, it's gonna hurt just as much as when Nia Jax hits you with her moves. And that's not logical. I'm not ever gonna believe that Alexa Bliss can beat Nia Jax with a fucking drop kick. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible. All right, and I think this is the last comment we got right now. It's for the Big 3K. The combined muscle definition of CM Punk and Jey Uso is funny. They got a combined body fat percentage of 150, bro. These motherfuckers are jobbers, all right? So, hey, man, this has been your boy Nate the Great, all right? I appreciate everybody for tuning in, all right? Thank you guys for stopping by, all right? We're going to continue doing this, all right? Like I said, we're going to have more. I'm probably going to release a video tomorrow, and we're going to go Monday Night Raw review. We're gonna get that out at the time we normally get it, right? Saturday or Friday night SmackDown. If I catch an NXT, you'll get that review as well. But the Saturdays, this kind of thing that we're doing right now, where we just get to talk, right? And we get to and I get to just have a conversation with you guys. This is what you can expect. If a week comes by where I'm not doing my Raw review or not doing my SmackDown review, expect me to do those reviews in this upload, right? In these uploads of the Culture Show. So once again, this was the first episode of the Culture Show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been your boy, Nate the Great, back with another episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.